welcome to Ain't Nothing New Under the Sun. My name is Darius.
I am George, and today we have a guest on, good buddy of mine, Kyle Fryer. Or Kyle, you want me to use your last name?
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, it's already used.
Kyle Fryer.
Yeah,
Hello,
this is going to be our
everybody.
23rd episode. Man, it's getting old. So, Kyle, throw a little shout out to your social medias.
Yes, so I'm Kyle Fryer. I'm friends with these two. I've been friends with them for years, and I currently produce and make beats. If you want to check me out, I'm on soundcloud.com/Frylock. That's PHRYLOCK, Frylock, and that's my main page. You can also find me on Instagram under Kai the Fry Guy, and yeah, that's about it.
All right.
George, anything you want to say?
Yeah, Instagram logically_GQ. Twitter is not_Joe Taco.
All right, and look, guys, I want you to subscribe, like, comment, whatever you want. If you leave a bad comment, leave 5 stars. It evens out. It's all right. It's okay with me. Just, subscribe if you're on YouTube watching this. Sorry to burn your eyes out. And then if you're listening on Apple, 5-star that, because we only got 3 episodes on Apple iPods right now. We finally made it. And we're on other, Spotify and all that jazz. So, definitely
Subscribe
like it.
on Spotify.
Yeah, subscribe, like, and all that jazz.
Like
So today,
all that.
we're going to be talking about California. That flag behind me. These 2 guys are still there right now. I'm born and raised in California. These 2 guys are born and raised in California as well. So we're going to be getting into a little bit about kind of like schools reopening, our opinions, go into conspiracy. We're going to talk about this guy. Oh my God, Gavin Newsom. And then, sorry, scary face, right? Popped him up real quick. And then after that, we're going to be getting into, how heroes don't wear capes, they wear masks. Whoop. And then finally, we're going to get into something about our presidential race. No, we're not going to talk about Biden. We beat that dead horse or that dead corpse or whatever you want to call him. And we're not going to talk about, Trump, let that guy tan by himself or whatever, spray tan. And we're going to be talking about Yeet, man. We're going to be talking about that guy. So let's get into California. Guys, take it away.
All right. So as COVID-19 deaths toll reach new highs, millions of children in California across the U.S. unlikely to return to classrooms. Millions of our children in the U.S. learned Friday that they're unlikely to return to classrooms full-time in the fall because of the coronavirus pandemic, and the death tolls reached new highs. It came as many states, particularly in the Sun Belt, struggled to cope with the surge, and governments worldwide try to control the fresh outbreaks. And a sign of how the virus is galloping around the globe, the World Health Organization, terrible people, reported nearly 250,000 new infections in a single day. And the U.S. teams of military medics were deployed in Texas and California to help hospitals deluged by the coronavirus patients. 2 most popular states each reported roughly 10,000 new cases and some of the highest death counts since the pandemic began. Big numbers in Florida, false a lot of shit there. Arizona, weird shit going there. Other states also are helping the drive in the U.S. of resurgence that are forcing the states to rethink the school year.
Well, real quick before I let you guys chime in, the biggest death counts for those states, make sure we're clear on that. Not in general, because obviously we know what happened in New York, New Jersey. The biggest death counts in those states. So
it's, I don't know. What do you think, Kyle?
Well, I want to know the number on people under 18 that get COVID. Like, let me see, I'm trying to figure out what that is. Because I don't know, man, I don't know how you take kids out of school for months. I don't know how that works. I don't know if they just do it later, months later. Do you do online? Does that work for kids under 18? Do people have the focus? Do parents care? That's what I'm thinking about personally, is is it a good idea to just keep schools shut down? I don't know. I don't think online will work either, so
we touched on this a little bit on the last episode. It's not gonna work. It's not working, actually. It's showing it's not working. kids aren't having the proper attendance. You know, let's be honest, not everyone has a nice laptop, a nice
That's
iPad,
fair.
a nice.
Right.
Not even everyone
Yeah.
has good internet. You know, and it's like, okay, you can't go to libraries or like computer zones.
Right.
You have to do it all at home. And then if you have kids, more than like, say you're lucky, you got one kid, whatever, that's going to be easy, not a lot of bandwidth. If you have 6 kids in 6 different grades having to do work, and
It's
then,
not gonna work.
you know, both parents are trying to go back to work, or one at least, you know, people aren't going to be learning, giving that attention, or getting what they need.
It's not a good idea, dude. I have a niece here that's 3 years old, and her parents are just like they need to go back to school, but like they're just scared as far as like even the teachers. The teachers, like from what I'm hearing out as far as California, the teachers are kind of scared to go back to work and getting COVID from one of the kids and bringing it back home, and like they can possibly die. And I was like, dude, like that's kind of like, but like it's essentially you're going and getting the flu. Like people were still going to school as teachers when the flu was around, and this is a 99.7. I'm gonna be conservative and say 99.7% survival rate, like for adults essentially. But if you're high risk, you're high risk. It's gonna be harder for you. Like,
So
and if you're healthier, it's not.
they're talking about putting certain kids back into school before other kids for different reasons. Why don't we do that with the teachers? If the teacher is over a certain age or falls into a certain unhealthy category, I know we don't like to be honest with each other or honest with ourselves, they don't need to go back yet. They can do more, you know, hybrid classes. But if you're a 25-year-old young PYT teacher, not PE, but PYT, then why not let them go back in? You know? Or it's the issue again, you know, we spoke about the Arizona teacher that died. She was in her 60s. She was overweight. She had underlying issues already. And how long are we going to wait? Are we going to wait until November 3rd? Then we can go back to school? Or are we going to wait forever? Like, what, when, why, and how?
Just really bad.
It's really bad. Like, it's affecting colleges. Like, I know Cal States are not opening. Like, for the fall. Like, it's all going to be fucking online courses. And UCLA, as far as the California sports, it's not going to end up well also. They're going to lose a lot of money. The Pac-12 schools are only going to play each other in football. I'm not sure if you two knew that. But yeah, like, fucking, it's going to be fucking weird in the West Coast.
But that's weird. Why play each other? It's not like they're from the same city. They're from different parts of the country. And it's the Pac-12
they just
now.
want to keep it.
It's not even the Pac-10.
Exactly. It's, dude, that's what they're wanting to do, and I'm like, that's interesting. Like, and like, dude, like you should see like the pictures that like I saw like USC, like, oh, the kids are coming back and every kid's wearing masks, and like when you're taking a knee, you're 6 feet apart from each other, and they're taking pictures of these kids. Like, I'm gonna call them kids because they're fucking 18, 19, 20, and they're kids. And like I'm like, Jesus Christ, dude, like this is fucking gonna be weird. Like, no, like kids are not gonna be the same after this already, and the fact that you're continuing this like closure of schools and continuing these kids to be away from each other, it's sick.
This is the thing. Does the infected and infection and the actual COVID-19 merit what we're doing to society? Is it that severe where we continue to change and alter, or are they just using it as an excuse to change things?
What do you think, Kyle?
Probably B, you know? Probably B, because I don't trust many people. It's just really hard, man, because going back to the school thing is like, you have all these parents that use school as like literally a daycare for their kids. So what do you do when you just have kids running around your house when you're at work? Like, what do you do? Like, that's probably a lot of people right now. Like, a lot of people are still working. They have kids, multiple kids. That's really where my brain was at. mainly on the topic is like, how is it going to change things? Like we have jobs, every job's remote now. Like everyone's like, you can work from home. Like it's changing right now already. Like,
can you serve from home? I'm just kidding.
But I don't know, dude. I don't
George
think it's
shakes
the way, man.
thing, and it's a robot arm shaking it. Give me your Bitcoin
With the
destinations.
gloves.
Yeah, I don't know how it's gonna work. I come across a lot of people that just believe we should let everyone just go out and do, like, just open everything up and just let people do their thing, you know?
Let Darwinism
people-
happen.
I'm kind of with the survival of the fittest idea, to be honest, because I've been doing the same shit every day, so it's like, to me, I'm just doing it, so I'm pretty sure a lot of us can.
Well, you know, we're gonna have a guy from Arizona on in the next few days, and I know for a fact all these people I know in Arizona, like you hear on the news, they're like, our morgues are overpacked. We need ice cream trucks filled with bodies. And it's like, what? And then I talk to these people out there, and they're just like partying and chilling. They're like, no, dude,
That's what, I have a
nothing's
friend in
happening.
Arizona,
Nothing's
same
happening.
thing.
They're
Same
like, I don't
thing.
even know what they're talking about. And I understand that there's a different group. There's the retired elderly, and then there's the young. And it's the young that doesn't matter. So if the young are not living their lives, protesting, bitching, fucking, whatever they want to do, then why can't they go back to school, right? Like, why is that the issue? And then, again, okay, if the teacher's in her 60s, retire them. Okay, retire. I'm sorry. Like, okay, fine. If it's too dangerous, retire. Or you can do remote learning and you can do the hybrid classes.
Yeah.
And then the youngins, which again, we already looked up the statistic, 25 to 45 are the biggest bulk of teachers. That's where the majority of teachers fall age-wise. Okay, it's not like when we grew up, San Bernardino County, I don't know if you guys, but that part
We
where
had
I
all the
grew
best
up,
teachers.
all my teachers
Yeah,
are
all
old.
of them.
They're always crying, all overweight, heavy. They all would have died. Okay,
Dude, my first grade teacher died my second grade year.
Dude, my 5th grade teacher was
Oh,
the
you're
first
right.
time I saw a hot teacher that was like straight out of like college. And then do you remember, George, our the freshman linebacker coach, that like crazy dude?
Yeah,
He was
yeah.
an elementary school teacher, but again, he was like in 6th grade. Like he
Yeah.
literally got the job right away. Like, but look, those teachers already retired. Most of the elderly ones retired. It's a fresh young batch. Let them teach. You know, it's sad that they're politicizing children's sanity. It's children's sanity, and like Kyle said, this isn't fair for households that the kids are just gonna run rampant. Like I grew up in a family where at least like my eldest sister was 8 years older than me, but my mom worked weekends, my dad worked and went to school. I didn't see my parents until after like 7 p.m. every day.
Damn.
So like, yeah, I was a hoodlum, not hood rat, hoodlum.
Turned out all right.
When
You're
I,
what is it, latchkey kid?
yeah, like so, we did.
Yeah.
We had fun. We had the neighbor kids people called the cops on us when I rode my neighbors like, go karts around the neighborhood, or where they were building the 210 freeway. We were riding in there, whatever, man.
Right.
But the problem is that's okay because it was like a window of a couple hours. Now you have a window of all day long. And everybody. It's not like all the kids. There's always like some parent, at least like a stone of throw away. And now you have parents that are struggling, angry, pissed. And we all know, I already mentioned this. A lot of times parents' angst goes out on the kids or their loved ones. That's just how it is. People send their emotions to the loved ones. And if it's bad, it's not going to be good. And you're just going to make more confused, angry, pissed off kids that are literally lessening our job market, lessening our sense of life. It's crazy.
Yeah. The common thing right now, is like mental health. Like a lot of people are losing their minds right now, and especially the younger generation.
Yeah, they're gonna get rid of TikTok.
Suicides are up.
depression.
Yeah, of course. With being at home, people are drinking, abuse, all that adds to suicide.
No
It's-
fucking responsibilities. No matter to the world. Like, it sucks. Like
I have a random tangent. So you guys seen those like those people, which everyone's done this at some point, would like try to get, use a fake ID. But nowadays that they're like, because you can wear a mask, they're just spray painting their fucking hair silver, and they're trying to be elderly people,
Oh
right?
my god.
Well,
yeah, I saw that on Barstool.
but
yeah.
hold on about this. Actually, we can get into this later when we talk about Kanye. But like, wouldn't it be weird if people did that to, like, with the no voter ID laws to vote?
Ew.
Ooh, right? With a mask? Double,
Yeah.
triple, quadruple voting? I don't know. That's just me. We can get into that later. This is, I just had a random thought. But yeah, back to school. I think send those kids back to school. Have hybrid, at least hybrids. Kids need social interaction, and we already know that they have short, attention spans, and they need that comfort. And there's a lot of dumb parents or absent parents that aren't going to be able to help them, give them what they need. Like, I'm sorry. I've taken online classes. I fucking jerk off in those classes. Like, I don't give a fuck. Like, you literally, like, you do subpar work. And you do it at the last minute.
Yeah.
Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Like
Like,
you're
I
not
didn't
held
do well
accountable.
online.
Yeah, and nobody does that. Like, people do well, but like some people do bad, some people don't do bad, but it's always subpar work.
You need the environment. I don't know. Like, can you imagine? Like, Kyle, can you imagine this as kids? Like us being kids going through this right now. Granted, like, we lost you, Kyle.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, now we
Yeah,
can hear you.
you're back.
Okay.
Oh, man.
What happened? Wait, repeat that one more time. I'm sorry.
I was basically saying, like, because like I've talked this about.
Imagine
but
this
can you
happened
imagine
when
us-
like you were a kid.
Oh, when I was a kid, yeah, that's why I was talking about like being at home all day. Like I couldn't imagine like what I would get myself into because I'm just a curious bad. I was a curious bad kid. Like
we were throwing
So-
each other through wood to doing choke slams. I get
yeah,
it.
we were outside all day. I'm not
Wasn't
inside.
still.
I mean, but it was also different. We didn't have iPads. We didn't have what
Yeah.
kids have now, which is a big
We had organ
kind of
trail.
an issue. Yeah, so I don't know, man. I just hate seeing. Like, I just couldn't imagine going through it. I mean, it'd be kind of cool. Like, yeah, you're like, yeah, vacation. And then you're like, man, I want to go back to school and, like, see people. Like, I need interaction. Like, kids need that. While their brain is developing, you need social groups. Like, you need that reassurance and friends and stuff like that. And, like, doing sports and stuff. Like, that sucks for college teams not to even have sports. Like, it's just, I don't know, man.
I agree.
I don't know how to feel about it,
I agree completely. Look, like, it's at one hand, like you said, kids are like, oh yeah, it feels like vacation. We continue to have vacation, but it's
Like,
not
it's
like
real boring.
they're hanging out with each other. It's not like they can go
No.
places. It's not like they can travel, go to theme parks, especially depending on what state you're in. I just saw Massachusetts is like, we're not opening phase 4 until the vaccine is out.
Jesus.
Yeah.
I was like,
2
oh,
years,
what?
bro.
It's
What?
at least 2 years.
And well, that's with a safe vaccine. We already listened to Bill Gates saying like, oh, we're not going to even do trials. We're just going to send it through. If it works, it works. We're not going to do short-term trials. There's different like stages of trials. And he's like, hey, fuck it. We're just going to give it to the black community. That's called the trials. Literally, that's what he said. Look up at what his wife said. They're just going to give it to the
Indigenous.
African American and indigenous people first, and they're not going to do trials. You put those two together in one sentence, that means they're the fucking trials. Like, fuck long-term damages. They don't even
that's
care about
crazy.
short-term damages, okay? But, he made really shitty Windows 95. So, don't forget, guys, wear your mask, be your hero. Wear your mask, be your hero. But yeah, so schools, look, I get it. There's overcrowding, there's issues, but kids need it. At least, you know what they should do? Do alternating days. Some kids do Monday, Wednesday. Some kids do Tuesday, Thursday, and then Friday's online work. So it's like half the class size. Kids can go in, they can socialize, or whatever would have you. And then there's not that many people. There's less people, more social distancing, and less stress on the teachers. So instead of having these teachers
That's a good
having,
idea.
half day, just have one day every other day.
Or even like cutting the size of classes a little bit, spread them out. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Mhm.
spread them out so they're not all next to each other. Like, I don't know. Even if I don't even know if I fully believe that idea, but it's like there are ways we could do it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It, you know, and it's like we are making our children more unhealthy and ourselves more unhealthy during this time. We are literally
Dude, people
dude,
gained
I've
a lot.
gained weight. We're all gaining weight.
75% of America apparently has gained weight since this quarantine began.
Of course.
So it's like, all right, so you're making us actually more susceptible to COVID. All right,
Fucking like
thanks.
the mask in general are making people more susceptible. They're like some people don't wash that shit. Like I know like I was discussing in the towns. Like after 4 days, I just washed my mask. You know,
It's like, well, I threw Febreze on it. Calm down, dog. Like
yeah, I put alcohol on that shit. Like, yeah, but like, it's like people don't fucking wash their mask, dog.
they don't.
No, I think, bro, I'll go a week and then I'll just clean it. Like, cause it's
See?
like
Yeah.
I only put it on for like fucking couple minutes a day. So
Yeah. No, exactly. But like the people that wear it to work and shit, and like, I don't know, man. I hope they're washing it, but
And
like,
hey, everyone has it. You know, imagine having like, okay, so like, you know, some people are wearing theirs to work. Like the people in the hospital are like, it's not that hard to wear a mask. I wear them every day. It's like, bitch, it's 68 degrees always in a hospital, no matter fucking what. You're in air conditioning. But then what if you work out in the fields? Like, my brother-in-law, when he's doing the testing, he has to wear like a mask. It's like, dude, it's almost 100 degrees and humid right now. He's in a full bodysuit and a mask.
does he have the beard still?
No, they had to get rid of beards. I guess somebody got their caught in a machine and tore off part of his face.
Oh,
So they're allowed to have mustaches, but they're not allowed to have full beards anymore. Dog.
oh my god.
Yeah, ripped like part of his cheek out. So
Jesus.
yeah, just
that'd be terrible.
yeah,
Oh.
it was a COVID death. So all right, guys. So the common sense here, I think, is we should reopen the school, send the kids back. Fuck it, make them stronger. You know, like, you know, look. I'm sorry that okay, I'm gonna be real. There are a lot of unhealthy kids, but that's their parents' fault and that's society's fault, right? Get kids back to being healthy. Get ourselves back to being healthy, and let's get over this fucking virus. It shouldn't be running rampant still. Okay, our first case was 7 months ago, almost 6 months ago. Why is it so bad? And in the middle of the summer. So, and it's already shown kids aren't dying. And it's like, well, okay. But again, this is going to be added to the vaccine list for kids to go back to school. We can't wait. All right, guys. Next topic. Let's get into a little bit of Gavin Newsom, man. This guy right here. He's floating around our screen. Oh, my God. Watch out, George. He's getting for you. He's going for you. But yeah, so California, guys. You guys are in California, the great California Republic. I don't know if it's been so great lately, but I heard you guys had a recent quarantine closure. Tell me about that.
So, one of the articles I brought up is California governor closes gyms, salons, dining statewide as cases surge. He really wants to fuck up California, in my opinion. Like, he's mandating masks for everywhere, like even beaches, even if you're outside. I had to wear a mask during when the gyms were open, which I know you do too in Texas, but like, I don't know, man.
Dude,
like,
they're so loose on it. Half the people aren't even wearing their masks because they're like, because you don't have to wear it exercising. So as long as you have it where you're walking in between, you don't have to wear it exercising. So everyone has it down anyways. You just gotta walk in the door with it and have it on.
Oh, must be nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, for real.
Looser than half my exes, dog. So
my thing is, I didn't feel like we were really fully even open before we got shut down again. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of businesses weren't even coming back up.
Gyms were open, at least, you know.
Yeah, there was a couple. Yeah, some of them were.
Like, casinos were open. I'm not sure if, like,
yeah,
card
Seminole
rooms.
was for a bit.
Yeah.
I don't get the whole you have to serve food if you serve alcohol.
thing.
Yeah.
Like as far as
I
as long as you have, like,
I
some
get
sort
they're
of
trying to say
appetizers.
like you're essential because you serve food, but like that's just more foodborne pathogens, more issues, more sanitation. You just serve alcohol is way less sanitation, and it's way less what you have to do.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right about that. Like now it's just outdoor restaurants that are able to be open. Like I went down to downtown Upland the other day, and this one bar that was the only one open extended their bar into the street. So I'm like, there's a will, there's a way, I guess. But like, it's just, I don't know, man. Like I don't. And now, like, he's kind of like threatening that there has to be a vaccine before California opens at this point again. I'm
So,
not sure if
like
you
a
heard
phase
that, Kyle.
four?
Yeah, no, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, like at this point, Gavin Newsom's holding California hostage. If Trump does, I don't know. I think me, you, Kyle, were talking about before how like I feel like they're just generally trying to get him the fuck out, and they're gonna sacrifice their own states to do so at this point, or cities that people control. Like, look at Portland itself, you know, and like, I don't know. California is just a complete shit show.
Yeah, I have a story for you. So, a woman came into the shop today, and she wasn't wearing a mask, and she was like, "Why are you guys all wearing masks?" She was a white woman. She just happened to be a middle-aged white woman. Let's call her Karen. So Karen came into the shop today, and she was like, "Why are you guys all wearing masks? Like, it's unconstitutional." And then just started saying Trump 2020, Trump 2021, Trump 2022, and it was just like, I know what you're saying, but Mr. Trump gave every state the right to run it however it is. So it's like, but that's a lot of people that think like that, like her. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
And I just think like
That's 70% of Huntington Beach's population.
I don't think Donald Trump is gonna step in and do anything personally, but he'll aid the governor. That's all he's gonna do.
Yeah.
Well, this is the issue, though. Like, I'll you can't step in because if you do something, they say you're overstepping your bounds. The executive power can't do that. If you don't do something, they say you're not doing anything. Now, again, I'm not this like Trump Yahoo that's gonna be like, I'm not gonna wear a mask so because of my president and my constitution. I don't give a fuck about that. I'm gonna wear my mask, but then I'm gonna also question wearing my mask. Okay, so I'm not gonna hide behind one person why I'm doing it, right? I'm gonna say, hey, look at these studies, like what Fauci said a few months ago. This is, look at this, look at that. I'll argue with you, whatever, what have you. Call me a Trumpanzee, but I'm not the one. I'm actually more centered than anything. But like, there isn't much you can do because if he makes executive orders, they're gonna say you're overstepping your bounds. This is the states' rights, right? Every time he tries to do anything with the states, like for instance, he tries to make them put the National Guard in, but the National Guard is ran by the state. It's a state ran and ordered thing. So it's like, okay, what are you supposed to do? Like in DC, the fucking mayor actually said they're not gonna, the first night. The reason why there was so much secret police and military, or like in riot gear, was because the police refused, or not the police, but the mayor refused to have the police step in, right? So it's damned if you do, damned if you don't at this point, right? And again, don't rely on your president or your governor or anything. If you want change with your governor, petition and get people to vote him out. But the problem is there's so many fucking idiots that like Gavin Newsom. And he's nephew of Pelosi. Pelosi's a fucking scumbag, is part of the Super 8, who found out, helped push, actually were the first to find out and help push the Patriot Act, which took more of your rights, which made her rich. I don't know if you know this, but Nancy Pelosi is worth hundreds of millions of dollars. Hundreds of millions, right? How? She makes, what, $250,000 a year,
Quote unquote, by the government? Yeah.
Why is she worth hundreds of millions? Well, she has, contracts with like defense contractors, and she helps push things. So behind the scenes, she pushes shit that makes her money. And that's why these bipartisan bills are all bullshit. Because, if a Democrat puts out a bill that sounds good, if you read into it, there's a lot of bullshit in the background. But it's a good bill. It's going to help you. But it's also going to fuck you over in the long run. If Republicans put out a good bill, you're going to be like, okay, well, hold on, let's look in the background. Again, there's going to be bullshit. Because they like to do party forward bullshit. And that's a problem with America right now. This two-party system that they only care about themselves, their interests, and who's lobbying for them. That's really what it is. And Democrats and Republicans are having a problem with this. And people, and no offense to a lot of liberals, I can't even call myself a liberal anymore, even though I have liberal ideals, and ideas. And because they've gone so far to want someone like this motherfucker up here, Gavin Newsom. I'm sorry, he's ruining your guys' state. And and he wins, every time. Look, the problem is, I'll tell you the difference between a Republican and a Democrat. Would you like to know, Kyle?
Tell me. Let me hear your
A Democrat will promise you good things, social and good things, but then fuck you over because they're lying. A Republican is just gonna tell you straight up, I'm gonna fuck you over because I'm gonna be honest. I'm just gonna do this and make myself money. So they're both doing the same things, just one's a little bit more sneaky. At the end of the day, they're both left and right wings of the same bird.
That's gotcha. Makes sense. Makes sense.
California is in debt. California is failing. Businesses are leaving. And so, George and I have already had this conversation. Gavin Newsom is sacrificing California to make it so bad to get Biden in because they're going to promise change and good things to come. And they're saying that it's COVID-19 is the reason why business is failing in California. But the fact of the matter, and the reason why the state itself is failing. But the fact of the matter is, it's been failing. Businesses have been leaving or shutting down in California. It's too expensive and too taxed. And they're just hiding behind the COVID-19 flag to why they're going to fail. And they're failing because of their own negligence.
I'm following you.
So.
No, taking this all in.
Sorry, I get up in arms. Dude, I love California, dude. It's my fucking home.
Right, of course.
You got the coast, you got the best everything. But then how can you let this guy... Oh, shit. You guys
just happened.
Okay, never mind. Hold on.
Good?
I think we're good. I think Discord died for a split second, though.
Yeah.
Or I mean, Skype.
Yeah, you guys are bad. Skype just went down for a minute. See? You talk about the wrong people, man. You get too close to the truth.
Yeah,
go
they're
after
coming
you.
for you.
Probably should go to Discord and get the IP address out of the way.
Yeah, no. But yeah, man. What's your opinion on Gavin Newsom? Do you have much of an opinion? What do you want California to do, and where do you want California to go from here?
George?
I'm trying to get the fuck out of the state, to be honest.
Right. No, me too.
Yeah,
same.
I don't know what it is gonna take to fix this place. California spends or Los Angeles in general spends $1.8 million a day on the homeless. Where the fuck does that money go?
I don't know, because they're all around my city.
Yeah.
I'm the one
Los
giving them
Angeles itself
change.
spends 1.8. Where the fuck are these people? Where's the money going for this whole entire homeless thing?
I heard they actually put them on a train. Isn't there a program like that where they literally put them on a train and send them somewhere else?
That was the 1940 Auschwitz camp. I'm just kidding.
Okay.
No, in
I'm
California,
serious, bro.
we
I'm
put
serious.
Japanese.
Yeah.
I'm just
There's
kidding.
literally a thing where they send them
Yeah.
out.
Well,
Irvine
I know they
ships their
sent.
shit.
Yeah, Irvine removes them with police, and then Orange County shipped them to L.A. When I was living there a couple years back.
By the Anaheim, all the people by the Anaheim Angels Stadium. Remember that big ass camp? They're all in LA now. Venice, they're all LA's and like they're open
Just a
arms
dumping?
with
Yeah, is it just a dumping ground? Because it's like Skid Row. I
It's-
heard is
dude,
terrible now.
loose
Bro,
regulations.
it's always been terrible, but I can't
I heard it's
imagine.
growing. I heard it's just growing like in
Dude,
size.
what, a year and a half ago I was in LA. It was the worst I've ever seen it. So much homeless, dude. It was depressing, man. Literally tents, fucking 3 tents wide. Like the entire, like all the overpasses, underpasses, all of them were taken over. It was depressing, man.
Yeah, dude. It's just like when you look at that, you just like this state's F. Like Kyle, I can't even buy bullets in this state. Like,
Right.
because like I got
It's just-
denied because like all my firearms are from Arizona.
Stupid. That
Dude,
shouldn't be a thing.
well,
man.
Yeah, but like you have to get background checks here for ammo, and I'm like,
Dude,
what?
I can buy ammo online and ship it to me.
Probably because all these fucking these mass shootings just fuck it all up, man.
You mean the fake one in San Bernardino? I
look.
mean, not the fake one, but the
Hey.
Which
fucking
one?
false flag.
Hey, I got a question
Yeah.
for you. I got a question, Kyle.
I was around.
Why
Mhm.
is it they call a police shooting somebody police brutality, but they call it when another person shoots another person gun violence?
Because it's an agenda-based thing. Like,
Oh yeah, okay. I was just
it's to control the NRA,
yeah.
right?
Uh-huh.
Okay,
Well,
yeah,
this
I'm
is-
aware of that.
Yeah, so like, dude, I think that's all bullshit. Like,
Like, bro, the Las
stabbings-
Vegas shooting.
yeah,
Las Vegas shooting, right? It happened. It's terrible. Like, it's this awful thing. And I remember Hillary Clinton, like, not even an hour later. This is why we gotta get rid of assault rifles. This is why we gotta do this. No one wants to talk about the fact that this person, like, something broke in his brain. Like, let's not look into why
No.
people are losing their minds and killing a bunch of people.
Well,
But let's ban ARs. Because you could just go make a fucking pipe bomb from Home Depot and do the same thing, but let's ban assault rifles.
oh,
Tell me how this makes sense.
few things real quick. One, I think personally it was either a gun deal gone wrong or a false flag. Still think it might have been a gun deal gone wrong. If you look at the whole situation, how all his guns were lined up. If you're shooting, you don't need 15 guns if you're trying to kill people.
Yeah,
Right?
that was just extra.
You just need a lot of clips. You have one gun or
Yeah.
2 guns with a lot of clips. You don't have 20 guns laid out perfectly like you're presenting them to someone. Right?
We could do a show on that. That's a whole entire.
So I think
yeah.
it might have been honestly a gun deal gone wrong or false flag or both. Another thing,
Right.
we do need to look into mental health and the issues
Uh.
behind it because again, you are right. If I can make with a little, pure oxygen. Okay, think about it this way: if you go to a hospital, right? They have pure oxygen laying around. You're not allowed to mix that near anything with petroleum because petroleum and oxygen is explosive. And so, literally, I could for fucking cheap make all these bombs. Look at the fucking the original World
Sure.
Trade Center bomb. That was a manure bomb. And so,
Mhm.
it's not just guns. It's
Guns.
people.
No, it's not.
Right?
It
People
is. People
are fucking violent. People kill each other. I was telling George, there's a video of this dude in the Bronx that fucking stabbed the shit out of his girlfriend, and like the baby was thrown fleeing from the fucking, like she was like pushing the stroller. Like, just because someone has a gun. And here's another thing: you can get a gun when they're illegal. Okay, you think every gun that's fired is a registered legal gun?
No, there's a lot of them that are not registered, right? It's a
So-
ridiculous number.
Yeah, so people get their guns how they want. It's like drugs.
Mhm.
Like,
Yeah.
is there a cocaine store? But I'll tell you what, if you're in Orange County, every fucking white bitch got cocaine on her or in her. So it's like, because it's illegal doesn't mean you can't get it. So of course they
Yeah.
push certain agendas. Of course they hide behind things. And look, politicians have said it themselves. You never let a tragedy go to waste.
Mhm.
It's fucking crazy.
So,
Sick.
it's sick. And guess what? This is what these states are doing. These governors, these mayors, our fucking federal government, they're not letting the COVID go to waste. Do you know how great this is for the Democrats right now? That it's an election year and COVID is happening. They're not gonna admit that Como killed 30, tens of thousands of fucking elderly because of his decisions. They're not gonna admit that.
Mm.
I have two things to say. First of all, are you nervous for this election? And when I say nervous, like the first reaction to Trump becoming president, because I personally think he's gonna win. The first reaction, everybody lost it, and a lot of people broke down. I was laughing. I was like, "That's why you just don't." You don't
listen to mainstream media.
You don't listen to mainstream
Don't be a
media.
pussy.
Just don't put your all into something like that. Like that's why you need to be okay with surprises. You need to be okay with being disappointed in life. Like all these crybabies. But first of all,
I've
that
been
happened.
disappointed a lot.
Right. We all have.
I was bored disappointed.
We have all these snowflakes that are just really upset about things not going their way. But I'm just worried that this, like, let's say Trump does win. What's gonna happen? What's gonna happen? Are people gonna start rioting?
Is it gonna get worse?
Civil
A
War.
lot of people don't even want to be in this country before the election. Like I've seen several celebrities say, "I'm out.
Oh,
like
no,
I'm moving." Because if I had the money, I'd be gone. I'd be somewhere else.
Bro, I'd be
But-
fucking Scandinavia right now if I could.
And a lot of people were
6'2"
really
white
mad
man.
about Trump being president. But personally, for me, I've been unaffected for the last 4 years. I don't know what the fuck he's done to help or hurt me because my life's the same. If anything, I don't have to pay because I didn't have fucking Obamacare, right? Like he was charging people $300, $400 when tax return hit because you have to have health insurance. It was stupid. Trump abolished that, and now I don't get charged $300 a year. Cool, like,
Lucky.
So
I
I'm
had
good.
1,600 charged from my ass.
and
Yeah.
that sucks. And
George
that's
and I both
stupid.
got fucked on taxes. 'cause
And
of
that sucks,
Obamacare.
but it's just for me. It was like that's the only thing I've noticed for me personally in my day to day. So I don't know why people are losing their minds.
well,
Because the government didn't give them free shit? Is that why?
they were told to lose their minds. That's the thing. Like every day,
Yeah.
you gotta
CNN.
understand something, dude. If you're an impressionable person that watches the news every day, I'd be depressed, dog. I'd be on fucking Prozac myself. All right.
Yeah, what?
It's like they're told every day that it's gonna be the end of the world, but it's not gonna be the end of the world. They're told every day that it's bad. It's like I grew up in a household with a father that's like a straight shooter dick. Like he's a dick. He's a good guy, but he's funny. He talks shit every day of my life. You got to learn how to get tough and talk shit back. You got to learn how to have, quips and say something back. You got to fucking not be a snowflake because if you are, your life's going to suck. And that's how life is, man. Life ain't nice.
Yeah.
Life ain't easy. And it's like, they want a polished person, but it's like, and they're so blind. Like, dude, look, this is how bad it is. I see people say, I know Biden's a racist. I know Biden has done the crime bill, helped write the Patriot Act. I know Biden's a bad guy, but he's not Trump. But it's like, okay, well, what does that even mean?
Yeah, what is Trump? Because I'm just, like, I'm very neutral in this, too, and I don't get it. I just don't. From the
Yeah.
beginning of this,
Yeah.
personally, because even George, remember the first election? You're like,
Yeah.
I fucking hated Trump, but now you seem like you're somewhere in the middle where you don't know how to feel.
Well, no, like I think I know what a Second Amendment is at this point.
Of course.
And I don't know. I got really into that. Then I got really into like government, like kind of. I think kind of what really opened it was working in cannabis and the legal cannabis in California, and noticed how corrupt it was, and it was all these Democratic politicians that were essentially corrupt, that were just hiding behind everything, and it was a facade essentially. A lot of people didn't see that, and like it was so like blindly in front of me. Like I have friends that in LA from working there that I'm like, yo, you shouldn't get the fuck out, like because trust me, like you get the fuck out of California and you kind of realize it's not that shitty anywhere else. Like it's expensive as fuck to live out here.
It's not
Like
worth
in
it.
general, the gas is incredibly high. Like
Rent's
I don't-
high.
How much
Like-
you guys paying for gas right now? Just curious.
I paid $276 the other day.
Okay.
At but
Okay,
that was at
no,
Costco.
no. Okay, I'm saying like if you were to go to a regular gas station.
I think it's
Without
like
volume.
$290.
290.
Okay, I'm paying
$293.
$175 right now.
That's But see, that's the weird thing though. Isn't minimum wage in Texas like 7 something?
No. Well, minimum wage I think is like 10 something, but if you're like a server, it's like $7, I think, or less. It's a right to work state. But again, it's most people, but no, most jobs aren't minimum wage. Like if you look on Indeed, it's like they're all above minimum wage. Like even like the store jobs are more than likely above minimum wage. Most shit's not minimum wage here. But
Gotcha.
even if you live off minimum wage, it's fucking cheap, dude.
To live out there. Right.
Like my sister and my brother-in-law had a custom house built for them for $300,000 or less on a quarter acre. So it's like
that's the dream, right?
Think about it this way.
I'm just saying,
if you could afford $1 million house, you could get literally a $10 million house with 10, 15, 20 acres. Like California version of the house alone would be 10 million plus an extra 20 acres. Like you couldn't have, like it'd be a $30 million fucking house for how much land.
I hear a lot of people talking about like moving from Cali to Texas, and even my parents were thinking about it too.
A lot of Californians have gone to Austin, so a lot of Texans don't like Austin because it's all Californians. It's very little.
That's where Joe Rogan's moving to.
But
is he actually?
Yeah.
For the Spotify deal or whatever.
Well, I think just
or is it unrelated?
It's not everything. But honestly, look, this is my thing.
Anyway,
I know I can tell you what I don't like about Trump, and I can tell you what I do like about Trump. And I like to look at things from both sides, right? I like to see, like, not only how has this affected me, but how has this affected everything. And not only what is this short term, but what is this long term. And so this gets us to our next, talking about politicians, talking about the president. Let's talk about Yeezy, man.
Kanye West for president 2020 or 2024? I'm thinking it's going to go 2024. Kyle, what do you think about all this? Like, as far as Kanye West trying to become president, do you support it?
I don't know, man. It's like, if these are our three options, like Biden, Kanye, Trump, bro, like, wake me up.
When November ends.
Yeah, it ain't nothing new under the sun anymore, baby. This one's but if it was between Biden and Kanye, bro, I'd be like, Kanye West, let's go. Wash me with the water, baby. Like, I'm playing, but it's funny. Like, it's fun. Like, something must be going on. Like, it just seems like a joke. Like, I can't tell if he's serious. Like, isn't he already too late for certain states?
Well,
right?
yeah,
like,
no,
so
he is.
He already backed out too.
Well,
like, you know.
Well, was that real or was that the bot? Because when he backed out, it was during the blackout.
Yeah, there was also like, all right, so he did back out, but like there was also like cops apparently had to take him from his Los Angeles home because he was acting bipolar with his family. But like,
this is my thing. They forced him to do it, obviously.
Oh yeah.
And here's another thing. I don't think he was ever gonna do it, and I don't think it was to sell anything. I think it was just to disrupt everything, right? Kanye likes to disrupt things, and it was to pull people away from the Democrats, pull people away from Biden, right? Or get people to argue about it.
Even Elon Musk was like, Kanye West 2020.
Well,
where does he lie on the political spectrum? You know what I mean?
He actually was in the he wasn't in the administration, but he did advising for Trump's administration. And he's benefiting, dude. Motherfucker's making money, dude.
Of course. They let him do what he wants, I imagine.
Yeah,
to a certain level.
He's worth like $70 billion right now, dude. He's worth so much. He's
right.
Dude, but look, I'll give Elon Musk something. They're doing some shit that's important for America. Like, not just Americans, but humankind. Starlink's coming up soon, which I know a lot of conspiracy theorists are freaking out about Starlink. They think it's going to be the
Is that the Neuralink thing?
No. So there's
else.
So Starlink is the new internet. That's going to be the fastest, most powerful, most connected across the world, and mainly the U.S. Where you could. It's essentially what. Okay, so SpaceX, what they were doing was they were launching satellites for cheap, but he was adding his own satellites to every launch for free. Literally, other companies were paying for him to launch satellites, essentially. And so they're going to have all the different satellites interconnected throughout the entire world. Now, a lot of conspiracy theorists are freaked out because they think that they're going to cause the giant hologram and they're going or whatever, or fake alien invasion, Project Bluebeam. But what I know from it, from the people I know that work with it, it's just a super powerful connected internet / network system, right? And then you have Neuralink, which is where you literally get your brain, connected
to the whatever it is, like an
internet,
AI system.
the AI system, internet. It's supposed to make you smarter, faster, stronger, better. I don't know how much it's gonna work. I don't know if they're gonna make it so they can flip a switch, and you go fucking into a kill Putin, like fucking Autobot shit.
Right.
So those are two different things.
Right.
He also has
Different conversation, I
SpaceX,
guess.
Tesla. Tesla, dude. Oh my god, I should have bought stock literally 2 months ago alone, bro. Tesla went from $900 to $1,500 in 2 months. Not only that,
Per stock?
yeah, my brother-in-law is pissed. When he started working at SpaceX, he said it was $150.
Oh my god.
He's like, dude,
I would have put in a couple grand.
And this guy he
Yeah.
works with had, because this is something that I think is crazy and awesome about this company. If you work at SpaceX, you work at Tesla or whatever, you can get stock options, and you could buy stocks. And then if you become management, they automatically give you bonuses and stocks. This dude was working at Tesla and this just started working but the problem is if you work at Tesla and then you transfer or get a job at SpaceX, you have to sell the stocks you got. So you can go and buy stocks, whatever, in the regular market, but the stocks you had from work, you had to sell. He sold them at $300.
Oh.
This guy wants to kill himself. He had
Well, he
$1
could've
million
sold it for
almost in stocks now. It's worth now.
Holy.
Because he had tens of thousands, and now it's worth millions.
Oof.
Yeah, I was like, fuck, this guy wants to kill himself, dude. I was like, shit, y'all know. Okay, but let's get back to
That's
again,
aside from Kanye.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, sorry.
I get it.
But I get Elon.
No, that was
people don't like Elon because he's eccentric. He's having sex with young women and Amanda Heard, whatever crazy face is. I get it. But again, let me tell you something. We're not rich, and we want young things, right? We don't want some 500-pound, 60-year-old woman to be sucking our dick. Let's be honest. I know that sounds crazy, but nobody wants that. Okay.
No, I get what you're saying 100%.
So if you're powerful, and that's the same thing going back with Trump, whomever. They want to show they're powerful. They want younger things. They want fucking power. And so I honestly think that what Kanye was doing, again, was just to kind of divide up the Democrats, kind of make show some hypocrisy, make people get mad because they're like, I don't want Kanye. Whoa, what do you mean you don't want a black guy? And if he is serious, he might want to be president in 2024, which I already said, George, he's going to go for it.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to get Donald Trump's endorsement for that.
Mm-hmm.
So he's doing Donald Trump a favor by kind of fucking with the Democrats, mixing that up, causing some, disarray. And then you turn around and then you have... people can write in. So people might write in Kanye, or still try to vote for him, even though he's not on the ballot.
Right.
So it's going to beat up the Democrats, and then he'll get the endorsement from Trump in 2024.
Yeah, a lot of black folk are pissed at Kanye right now because he's splitting the black vote and whatever, I don't know how to feel about that. I don't really feel like I can comment on that, but he's splitting people's vote altogether, black, white, Asian, whatever.
Fans of his, anyone, Right. But I do like the fact that he's allowing people to question, the Democratic leadership, and he did that in his Forbes interview that he had, regarding talking about how Biden did the crime bill and how Biden did all this crazy shit. And how that, under the Democratic leadership of Obama, black people really didn't go anywhere. as far as all that. There were still fucking high shootings and like all that shit. Like until COVID
And police
happened,
shootings.
until COVID happened, we weren't doing as bad as we were. Like if you kind of like look at it, but like I don't know, man.
I think that having Trump as Trump becoming a president really showed that a lot of people can, and it also shows that a lot of people like don't trust politicians. So a lot of I'm not gonna say I'm 100% on the Kanye idea, but I like the idea of somebody outside of the bubble of politics to come in and just hit us with some basic stuff. Let's get rid of the homeless problem. Let's get rid of all these people in prison that are just in there for no fucking reason. Like, these are like basic concepts. I'm not saying that's all he's about, but it's like no one talks about this. Like, all Joe Biden says is black people are voting for me. Like, that's for sure. Like, that's all I've heard him say from the shit I've seen. And I'm not into the politics. All I know is that he for sure thinks he has the black vote. And I don't know how he's going to win off that idea of that you just have people's votes because of a color, their skin. And it's...
Kanye has already pointed that out. You don't have to be a Democrat just because you're black.
100%. And I think that's okay. People want to, like, take everything else he says out of context.
Be a libertarian, fuck. Like...
Yeah, like, there's...
Yeah.
Oh, no.
But, you know, a lot of people were making fun of Kim Kardashian, saying, like, oh, fuck, like, can you imagine Kim Kardashian being, you know, the first lady, blah, blah, blah. But it's like, first of all, I don't know if you guys know this, but Kim Kardashian was working with Donald Trump on the First Step Act. She was actually one of the ones working with it. She was also working with prison reforms. She's been in the White House working. She actually helped with that shit. So it's like, so she, you know, like, yeah, she's been fucked, but like, hey, and like, here's another thing. I don't know if you guys know this, but JFK was fucking Marilyn Monroe, and then Marilyn Monroe sang happy birthday to him in front of his whole wife, or in front of his family, his whole family, his wife, the mob, everybody. So let's act like there's no sex scandals, no sex problems in the White House.
Happening.
Right. Bill Clinton got a blowjob in the Oval Office.
No, dude, bro. I want you guys to look up a video. I want you to go back to 2016 and look up the Secret Service talking about Bill Clinton's Secret Service member blowing the whistle on Bill Clinton and Hillary Clinton. Bro, this guy blew the whistle because he was before they had to sign NDAs. They had to start signing NDAs in 2004. He was saying that, like, he had many different women and people come over, and they had a drill where it's like if Hillary was coming, which then he said he luckily was never the one had to do it, but like they wouldn't allow Hillary in there when there's certain women in there, and they had to be told that, oh, Bill Clinton has a friend, and it's like a chick blowing him under the fucking table. And it wasn't just Monica Lewinsky. It was. Yeah. He said that they would sleep in different hotel rooms, not just hotel rooms, different hotels, and he would party the fuck up, and she'd be in a different hotel.
Did he get killed, that guy?
I don't know what happened to him, but I haven't heard from him since. But he was he was all over the news. He wrote a book. He was just I had to be honest. He said, like, dude, Hillary Clinton was psychotic in real life. She was a fucking psycho, and literally, they had to have a sit-down meeting saying she might be too dangerous to be around. They had to talk about Bill Clinton's safety around her because she'd get crazy and physical.
Yeah, I don't know. So Kanye wouldn't be that too far off.
Don't believe me. Look that shit up.
What we have. Yeah. Anything's possible at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like, look, I'm not saying anybody is in the right position for president, but like Donald Trump has shown, maybe throwing the wrench in sometimes is a good thing. You know, what if Kanye does win? What are we gonna do? Like, are people gonna freak out? Are people gonna just, like, are they gonna back him? Are they gonna freak out? Are they gonna, like I'm saying, like, what if 50 million people write Kanye West's name in the write-in?
It shows a lot.
That could happen. Kanye could just say, look, everyone, just write my name in. Let's go, bitch. I want 100 million Americans to write my fucking name.
I don't know if it's just me, but doesn't it seem like politicians are becoming less famous in a way? Like, other than Trump and Obama,
I'm done.
I've
Yeah.
anyway, other than Trump and Obama, I feel like, voting for president really is just a popularity contest now, and that's how Trump won. Like, he was just famous enough. People liked him enough, I guess.
Mhm.
It doesn't matter about your political background now. People like Kanye can win because if enough people like you, you're just gonna get voted in, and I don't know if that's a good thing. I'm just saying that's just what it seems like. Our younger generation doesn't. People my age, even my friends, they don't really look into politics. They just, they hear some basic stuff, but I'm seeing a pattern of people just don't care anymore, and people aren't looking into it.
It's a popularity contest.
100%.
Yeah, like Arnold Schwarzenegger was California governor, and he was a Republican.
And
It was a popularity contest.
And did he do okay, or did he do terribly?
It was a landslide from what I remember, but like he kind of was like a Democrat towards the end, and a lot of Republicans didn't like that. But it's a popularity contest. Like,
right?
It's fucking.
Like, where's Dwayne The Rock?
Became the governor, guys.
Where's The Rock?
The Rock's gonna be like. Everyone's saying The Rock should be run for president. That dude.
It's gonna be Kanye versus The Rock. It's gonna be The Rock with Childish Gambino as his vice president, and then it's gonna be Kanye West with I don't know who you would run with.
Donald Trump.
As his vice.
Nicki Minaj and her ass.
Who's a famous
Republican? Be a
Republican?
vice president after president. Huh?
Who'd be a famous Republican to run with him?
I don't know.
Candace Owens.
Oh.
Nah, he'd get a Hispanic dude. He'd fucking the CEO of Goya. Yeah, look, man, this just shows the hypocrisy, and this just shows like, look, a lot of people are like, well, why did Donald Trump like fire so many people in his first 2 years? Well, it's like, if you're told by Republicans this is who you should work with, and then you find out they're fucking snakes, or they can't do their fucking job, you're gonna let them go. But if you're not from Washington, it is hard to do the job. And it's really hard to do the job anyways. I don't even think we should have one president. We should have regional governors and then one federal government without a president. But that's just my opinion.
Agreed.
Like, one president for all these people, all this land, all these problems. Like, look, dude, Waco doesn't have California's problems, right? We don't have the same people. We don't have the same problems. Like, even San Bernardino County people don't have the same problems with the LA County, you know?
No.
People are different everywhere you go. And it's like people in fucking Arizona don't know shit about people in Pennsylvania. They don't know what the life is like, problems are like, you know? So it's really hard to have one person kind of run everything and look at everything. You know, so maybe it is kind of good to have someone like Kanye that's been across the United States, met every type of person, been everywhere, and kind of understands what people, you know. And then it would be good to have someone that understands the plight of someone who has had loss and has come up from something instead of been given something. You know, most politicians are groomed. A lot of people don't know this, but Obama was groomed to be president. Obama was groomed. His grandfather was CIA. On his white side was CIA. I don't know if y'all remember. He's half white. You know, Barry Santino wasn't even raised by his Kenyan father. His name's Barry Santino. That was his stepfather's name. He changed his name to his real dad's name in college.
Very odd.
He literally embraced,
all planned.
and it was all about him being black and changed, but he's half white, raised by a white family. Motherfucking Colin Kaepernick was raised by white people, dog. Like, you know, it's like you have these people that have been raised by white people saying they know what it's like to not be white. And it's like, motherfucker, you're raised by them. Like, it's a real problem. And at least Kanye West can say, I'm from not the best area. I fucking rose in the ranks. I bettered myself. I had changed and evolved as a person.
Yep. How much was he in debt before he came back? Yeezy deal.
Yeah.
Adidas, and now he's on top. Like, money can get you a lot, even if he doesn't know all the politics. He has the money to figure it out, and still like get his goals across. You know, so it's interesting, man.
And
it's something to think about.
It's at least throwing the wrench into the ground.
Yes.
It's making these politicians be afraid. Because, look, like Trump, hate Trump, Trump wasn't a politician. He's not from Washington. He's not one of these people. I'm not saying he's not an elite. I'm not saying he's not rich. I'm not saying he's a good guy. But he's not a part of their club. And
Right.
he threw a wrench, and it got people scared. And that is why the news is freaking out. That is why every politician is freaking out. Because it shows that these politicians that have been in power for years, that have controlled everything, are losing their power and grip on the people. And when a person that has nothing to do with politics can win the most powerful seat, that's dangerous. And, you know, like Kanye said, it was when Trump became president when I realized I could do it. That we all can do it. That we all can be politicians. We all can do it. We all could be president. You don't have to go through the bullshit and sell your soul to be president. Or at least indirectly. I like the idea of him trying. Not I don't think he's gonna win.
Right.
And I actually think people should probably just sign his name in just to fuck with both parties. Not a lot of people vote. Really,
Yeah.
not a lot of people vote.
That's why they're like pushing this whole entire vote. Like, go vote, go vote. Like,
Hey, don't you
Right.
want a sticker that says I voted so you can have some virtual signaling that like shows
Yeah.
everyone, that gives you the moral high ground on social media? Dog.
yeah, like, I voted. Like, especially, dude, I voted reminds me of like the stay inside
Yeah.
slogan they said at the beginning of this quarantine.
Be a hero. Wear a mask. Some, require.
Be a hero,
require.
stay inside, stay home so I don't have to keep doing this shit by the doctors.
Yeah. Look,
But yeah,
this year's been crazy. I'm still waiting for the July madness. I don't even know what. Like, July is what, halfway over? We got 2 more weeks that anything can happen. And it's just gonna get crazier, man. This might have been just like the calm month, just in case, like let's have a few raising cases, a little calmness. Next month, August, is gonna be crazy. And, dude, I'm telling you, September is gonna be the craziest month of our lives. Just knowing what's gonna happen in September, just between Hillary Clinton going to court, Ghislaine Maxwell's courts hearings, and the debates start.
Trump's about to destroy people, man. This is not good.
Dude, I want to see the debates.
Joe Biden's about to have a stroke live. He's about to have an aneurysm or something, bro.
Bro, like,
quickly get us Magicom.
yeah. Adrenochrome. Nah, dude, I still think Joe Biden's gonna get like COVID before the end. He's gonna pass it off to Hillary. Hillary's gonna have whomever as her vice president, and they're gonna try to win with a double woman ticket. It's gonna be Hillary Clinton and some black woman. That's what it's gonna be. I fuck it. If it's not, I'm gonna be, because what's gonna happen is in September he's gonna get sick. He's gonna get sick in September.
You think so?
He's gonna ask Hillary to run for him.
Ugh.
Or he's gonna miss the first one because he's sick. And then they're gonna well, we can't even do that because he has COVID. He's gonna pass it off. So they're gonna bypass not having any fucking debates, and then he's gonna pass the torch off to someone else. A lot of people think it's gonna be Hillary. I don't know, but I don't think he's gonna even make it to November 3rd, man. I'm not gonna say he's gonna die, but I think he's gonna get sick with COVID because it's the perfect mask. It's literally saying that Donald Trump couldn't stop COVID, and the president and the his running not running mate, but who he's running against got it. That's how much of a failure Trump is as a president, that his own person he's running against end up getting too sick of COVID to finish.
Coin that shit.
And they're
going
gonna
to
use that as like a fucking rally call to the Democrats. Like, look, we couldn't get Biden in, who was going to be our savior. Now we have to get whoever else in. We got to rally because Trump is such a failure that our own fucking, a ticket is gonna be crashed because of Trump. Let's get whoever else in. Let's rally. It's gonna be a rally call. Trust. And then everyone's gonna ride in Yee anyways, and Kanye is gonna win. I don't know. I honestly think Trump's gonna win. I don't believe this. The news narrative, dude.
The polls and all that
There's
shit.
a lot of people I know that are quiet about them liking Trump. They're not all the
was
Karens.
last time.
Just look, it's not just the Karens going, I'm not wearing a mask. It's the people saying like, fuck, I'm not gonna say anything because I'm not trying to get lumped in with her.
Well, ain't nothing new under the sun, guys. You know.
Yeah. All right, Kyle. Any
Thank you guys for having me there.
Yeah.
You know,
any final thoughts?
Not really. Not exactly. My whole last statement is don't beat yourself up too much about this stuff. People out there listening, anybody, you too, like, don't get too far down the rabbit hole. Okay? Things are gonna get better. Okay? Somehow they will. I don't know, but they will, and that's the only thought I can have to keep moving. And that's what a lot of people need to have, that thought of just, we gotta keep fighting, we gotta keep moving. That's it. That's about it.
George, any final
right.
thoughts?
Remain vigilant. Like, never know what the fuck's gonna happen at this place, especially in this fucking state.
All right. So, I don't know, man. I like following the rabbit hole. I like trying to wake people up. I'm not saying everyone should. Look, some people shouldn't because the truth they're going to learn, it's going to be rough, man. They're not going to be able to take it. But, I try to wake up as many people as I can. Don't stress about it. I agree with you. Don't let it consume you. Don't stress too much. Because at the end of the day, we're just a few people trying to fucking live our lives. We don't have the power. It's not going to change that much. And, I like what you said earlier. Has your life changed that much in the last 4 years? Seriously. Other than your own actions, has your life gotten worse? I don't know. My life, I made bad decisions, okay? I put myself in bad fucking places. Relatable. I, at the end of the day, realize I'm an adult. What I do affects me more than what the federal government does. Like, most people don't even notice a couple $100 here and there change in taxes over a year. Okay, I did notice not being dinged and being audited by the IRS for messing up on my Obamacare and losing thousands of dollars, but there's a few good things like that. But for the most part, like I not much has changed. So look, people, let's vote for Kanye. I'm just kidding. So
word up.
Yeah, look, let's not stress out too much. Let's be smart. Let's be kinder to each other.
Right.
Like, why don't we take some self accountability, get a little healthier, be kinder to each other, and try to do the right thing more often. What you do to your family has more of an impact than what your government's going to do to you, unless China comes and stomps our brains in. So, let's hey guys, keep your eyes open, all three of them. Thank you again for being on here, Kyle.
Thanks, Kyle.
Do you want to give one more about your where to find
SoundCloud?
Yeah, soundcloud.com/Frylock. That's with the PHRYLOCK. Also, shout out to the guy who made the word plethora. It means a lot.
Yeah. Would you say there's a plethora of piñatas?
That's all I got. It's actually a double meaning joke, but you're welcome.
Oh, okay. I was saying it from the Three Amigos. But, yeah, man. Everyone go follow him, like his music. He got some good fucking beats. Follow George and all that jazz. And, try to survive out in there, guys,
Like, comment, subscribe.
Like, comment, subscribe, and all that shit, man. Catch you later.
Later.
Yeah, 2020.